Spider-Man 4 news is finally starting to weave itself together. Can Marvel and Sony recreate the billion-dollar success of No Way Home? If this rumor turns out to be true, then maybe they will. For months now, Marvel and Sony have reportedly been quietly fighting over the future of Spider-Man 4 due to reported creative differences and the problem of scheduling a release date. For now at least, the latter issue seems to have been resolved, as the Tom Holland starring movie is set to swing into theaters on July 24, 2026. The film's plot is still shrouded in mystery, though the purported leaked info teases the friendly neighborhood superhero forming an unlikely alliance with an enemy. As documented by the notable spoiler/leaker My Time to Shine Hello, Spider-Man 4 reportedly takes place after the events of Avengers Doomsday and will see Peter Parker trying to concentrate on his college studies. Notably, the leaker's screenshot shows a release date of July 10th, though that may be holdover from the aforementioned studio wrangling over the release date. Unfortunately, a new world-ending threat forces him to put on his costume and join forces with an unspecified character to save the day. That itself is interesting, albeit a little unsurprising. But the big news in an apparent leaked document, posted by Shine on social media, appears to be the return of 3 actors for the movie: Michael Keaton as Vulture, Andrew Garfield as a variant of Spider-Man, and Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. RDJ's Doom is currently expected to appear as the lead big bad in Avengers Doomsday. If this rumor turns out to be true, then he may also be a critical part of Spider-Man 4. Fans have long expected, whether they liked it or not, that the 4th Tom Holland Spider-Man would take another page out of the Marvel multiverse, maybe building off the symbiote teased in a prior post-credit sequence. But what has the cast of the movie had to say about the film? Regardless of whether or not this plot summary is true, and plenty of people are suggesting it may be fake, Tom Holland has weighed in on what he knows about the sequel. Speaking in an interview with Good Morning America, the Spidey actor revealed that the script is almost good to go, but still needs a little work.
We are super close to having a creative that I think is really worthy of the fans.
Holland also shared that the idea is both crazy and a little different to anything we've done before, descriptions that both seem to track with this particularly wild rumor. These comments also echo other statements from Holland, who previously said on the Rich Roll podcast that he and co-star/romantic partner Zendaya had read a draft of the script that left them, quote, bouncing around the room. In Holland's words, "This is a real movie worthy of the fans' respect, but there's a few things we need to figure out before we can get that really going, but it's exciting." In those comments, Holland also said one of the major challenges with cracking the movie creatively was figuring out how to nest it within the Marvel timeline, which might seem to have little space for a Spider-Man movie right now. He said, "One of the things to bear in mind with Marvel is that your film is a small cog in a large machine, and that machine has got to keep running. And you need to make sure you can fit into that timeline at the right time to benefit the bigger picture. The time in which we need to get that done is a tall order, but definitely achievable with the fantastic people we have working on it now." If the so-called leak of these major casting rumors is true, then we might already know who some of those fantastic people are.
That's not a hug, I'm just grabbing the door for you. We're not there yet.